UEFA Champions League cards have finally got their group stage upgrade, and we got some new exchanges. So today, I'm going to go over everything that's new and talk about the market. So as you can see here, all of the upgrades are live, and oh my, Holland is up to 78 million as a 95 rated. Now we do know that the ranked up copies are very close, so his ranked up is at 79, and after that it's at 85, but he went from the mid 60s to 80 million just like that, and that is crazy to see. Bellingham over here, like I said in my previous video, I think his 40 something million coin price tag was already factored into the price, so he's about the mid to low 40s. The big ones, of course, a player that I invested in is Bukayo Saka. He has 380 people trying to buy him at 25.9. I have 5 copies, bought them all at 19.6, so I'm well into the profit. I'm going to keep waiting and seeing what his price goes up to. We have Ruben Diaz here, who's up at 25 million. He even crashed before, then he's on his way back up. Kimmich at 28. Everything is just going crazy. Let's see what, wow, 191 people trying to buy Griezmann at 10. He crashed, and a lot of these cards crashed yesterday when they didn't get the upgrades at reset. I don't know why EA only did this, like I think they did it overnight. I woke up this morning and they were all upgraded. So I think it happened a few hours ago out of nowhere. There was no announcement, no nothing. So a lot of these cards crashed last night because people thought they weren't going to get the upgrade, but they did. So for example, Rudiger went down to like 5 million. He's probably working his way up to 6-7 million. I might still lose coins on him, I do not know. But you can see the demand here is crazy at 90. And if you have any UCL cards and you don't know which ones are upgraded, they will all have a little green arrow above their overall. So we have Odegaard was upgraded, Neuer, Musiala was a big one that people were into, 1.4 million right there. Saliba is one that I actually bought like 10, 20 copies of a little while ago. I think I bought him at like 1.1 or 1.2, so I'm not in the profit yet, but he's definitely going to go up to probably 1.5, maybe 2, you never know. We'll see how things go. Openda got another upgrade, Immobile got another upgrade, Walker got his upgrade finally, so all of these guys are upgraded. It is great to see. Tchouaméni is another guy I have invested in, so the only other player I want to talk about, and actually a lot of them are in this boat, but the 83s that went up to 84s and can now be used in exchanges. Azpilicueta was one of them. He was at 170 as an 83. I said, I think a week or so ago, that because Atletico Madrid had already won 2 matches, he was guaranteed to get to 84, and he's likely going to go up to the low 200,000s. So it's not going to be a lot of profit. I didn't invest in him, but it is a way to make coins, and as you can see, that did pan out. So there's quite a few players that went up. We had Pepe, we even had Teze, a few others, so great to see they're finally here. I know people have been asking me in my comment section over and over, when are the upgrades coming? They came today. But that's not the only thing that they dropped out of nowhere. The other thing that they dropped is new exchanges for rivals. We have a 100 red players tokens and a random 90 to 95 rated exchange. Now, as you can see here, it requires 80 plus players, 85, 87, 88, all rivals players. And of course, what that means is that rivals players are in crazy demand. Most rival players had 999 plus people trying to sell them not too long ago. Now, if we look here at it at an 88 rated, now we have a lot of people trying to buy them. So this is something we could not have expected. We didn't know that EA was going to drop an exchange like this, but if you were someone who was able to see these exchanges early and pick some up, you definitely are going to make some decent amount of coins. So we're actually going to go into, or I'm going to go into this exchange here, and I want to complete the 90 to 95 to see who we could get if I have enough players. So we got this. That's going to be about 7 million, no, 8 or 9 million coins right there, because that's what they're going for right now. We have to do 10 87s, which is pretty crazy. It's an expensive exchange for sure. 85 pluses. I actually invested in a bunch of Somers, and he's gone up like 200k. I'll talk about that later on. It's a new team of the week investing style that I'm trying. We have a bunch of guys here. This could be a waste, but I'm going to do it anyways, just to show you guys what we could possibly get out of here. We don't want to use the Dudex. I don't want to use, well, no, Sanchez is, you know what, he's fodder now. Who cares? All right. Exchange 90 to 95. What can we get? If we get a 95, that's going to be insane. All right. Mixed version player, EA. Can we get something massive? An icon, please. Okay, a rivals player. Who? Brazil, left wing. Wait. Casemiro, 94. Oh, 93. Okay, that's still incredible. 93 Casemiro, 44 million. I definitely made coins on that, but the question is he selling? Let's go over to the market. I actually have him as a 94, so he's a duplicate, but let's see, can we sell him? I have a feeling that there's going to be, yeah, okay. So this is going to be another thing now, is I think, and I was going to say this earlier, but I didn't say it till now, with a 90 to 95 exchange that required those kinds of players that a lot of people have been packing and weren't able to sell, so they still have them readily available, it means a lot of 90 to 95s are likely going to go down in value. And oh my, I can already see the prices here. Okay, Hullet is down to 35 after being at 40, a very strong 40 yesterday. Maldini is down to 32. Wow. Okay. Maldini down to 32. That is crazy. This is a market crash, but this is a great opportunity to invest. Okay? Might not be right now because we have never had an exchange that was 90 to 95 and relatively affordable. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying go and buy Maldini right now at 32, but I'm going to watch his price. And if he gets down low enough, if he gets down into like the mid 20s, maybe high 20s, I think I'll pick some copies up because I think that is cheap, even though that exchange is going on. Garincha is back down to 40 after being 50. Let's see what the 90s are looking like. Okay, not the best. Wow. Oh, Puskas is down to 24. He was at 30. Okay, so we've seen quite a crash in the market. Is even Neymar? No, he's not affected. So high-rated players like that aren't really affected, but more packable players or less in-demand players like Griezmann are definitely affected. So we got a bit of a crash on our hands here. What I would do is, we already know who the best players in their position are. We have played with these players so far. I want you to just go through the market if you want to invest and find players that you think are still really good in their position, and then watch their price. And as they get down to their lowest point, you could usually tell it's the lowest point by when the buying demand starts to equal the selling demand, the selling pressure. So people, for example, right now with Maldini, 151 people trying to sell him at 32. There's way too much selling pressure. But let's say he gets down to 30, and then all of a sudden there's 10 people trying to buy, or 10 people trying to sell him at 30, but then 10 people trying to buy him at 29. That is telling us that it's about equaling out at the price that people are willing to pay, around that 29, 30 million coin mark. That is the time that you could pick up some copies and move forward. You don't want to be investing when there's tons of copies being sold off. That is always a dangerous situation. But that is crazy to see. Even Mbappe has had a bit of a hit from that pack. So that is a crazy exchange to drop out of nowhere. The other thing that means, because there is a 100 tokens player exchange here, is that the red tokens, is that more people can get Maldini. I actually got the left back Maldini, best left back in the game. He's my permanent left back now. I know I haven't updated my team in a while, but that's something to keep in mind. We also have now 2 Team of the Week exchanges, whereas before we only had 1, which is interesting. Yeah, they just updated a lot of stuff out of nowhere. Really weird. But it is causing some market shifts, or some shifts in the markets, which is interesting to see. So what should we do now with the current market? Well, I already told you guys about what to do for the meta players. Like I said, wait till the buying and selling demand about equals. You could pick them up there because that's usually about market price, and they should go up over the long run. Now, as for the UEFA Champions League players, I would do the opposite of what you would do for buying the meta players. So if you have any of these upgraded players and they're in a lot of demand, what I would do is wait until the selling pressure starts to match the buying demand. So let's say Saka works his way up to 30 million, goes crazy, and there's 10 people trying to buy him at 30, and then 10 people trying to sell him at 31. That's when you know the market price is about figured out to where it's supposed to be. It's about that 30 million coin mark. And there is when you could probably offload your copies. Now, it doesn't mean that he can't go further. He might go further, but he also could just start to drop from there. You never know. So I usually wait until the demand sort of slows down a little bit. There's more selling supply, and that's a good time to just offload a car. Or the other way to go about it is, if there's a certain amount of profit that you're looking for, just sell when you get to that price. Don't try to be greedy or wait for more coins. Sell at that price, move on, take off. Because right now I'm already up like 3-4 million coins per card. Times that by 5, I'm up 15 million, which is easy money. But I have a different strategy for him anyways. So that is what we're going to do for the UCL cards. Now, the other investment opportunity that we have was the rival cards. Unfortunately, that is past. But the final one I want to talk about today, this is one that I wasn't going to talk about until later on, is Team of the Week. If you guys don't know, every Thursday is a new Team of the Week. And while previous Team of the Weeks do stay in packs, if I'm not mistaken, they are considerably harder to pull. And so what that causes is that it means that the Team of the Week players that end up going out of packs end up becoming more valuable because there are less in packs. And if people want to get them, they then have to start spending more because there's less available on the market to be bought. So therefore the price will go up. So one that I did the other day was I knew, and as you can see here, we have a new Team of the Week. The player that I thought was going to be or have the best demand coming out of packs or not being able to be packed as much was Sommer. And I bought, I think, 30 copies of him at 830,000 coins. And the reason why I did it was because if we look at his stats, I always say the most important stat for a goalkeeper is reflexes. And he has 90 at base, which is crazy. So although he's only an 85 overall card, he has really good stats for an 85. And knowing that he was going to go out of packs and that goalkeepers are a hard position to fill, I knew his price was going to go up in value. So with that, he's gone from 830k, and I wish I bought him also on my Invested Glory account. I didn't. I actually packed him, but he's gone from 830k, and if we go to my watch list here, he's now up to 1 million. So I'm gonna have to figure out when's the right time to sell him. As you can see there, he was all the way down at 650 for a little while when he first came out. I bought him late, but investments like this are definitely worth it or can work really well. If we go over here to the Team of the Week section, because I was looking through it the other day, quite a few cards have had the same kind of movement. So Araujo was someone who was out of packs. He's now rising back up, or he is out of packs now, so he's rising up in value. We had Toni Kroos see a similar thing. Saka was another one where he was in high demand, but now that he's out of packs, he's going to go even further. And it goes for a lot of players here, but usually it's the really hard positions to fill, like the goalkeeper, or good attacking positions like left wing, right wing. I mean, I'm sure Diaz has gone up over time. Yeah, from 800k to 1.4 million. He's one of the first Team of the Week cards, but over time they gradually grow. So with all that being said, a quick recap of today. One, the UCL upgrades for the group stage finally came out. Finally, we've waited so long for them. It was going to be either yesterday or today. So now is the time for us to make our coins. If you have any 90 to 95s, be careful because of that new exchange that came out. Pretty crazy. Let me know if you guys do it, what you got in the comment section down below. Be ready for opportunities to buy some 90 to 95s that might be a bit cheaper than they were before. And with all that being said, just keep an eye out on the market. EA is dropping stuff at random times, so let's see what happens over the next 24 hours. Now, for those who may not know, I actually run another channel and things are really busy on that channel right now, so I'll likely not have a video out tomorrow, but I will have a video out Sunday because that is Division Rivals Day. So the final thing I should probably remind you guys of is that there might be a bit of a crash this Sunday with the new packs coming out and everything, so keep that in mind. But grind out Division Rivals. I haven't in a while, but grind out your Division Rivals. Get to the divisions that you want early so that if you want to sell any players from your team, you can Saturday and Sunday before the rewards come out. Anyways, that's all for today. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.